be given the opportunity to have their case heard by a jury and to have that moment of justice in the courtroom.
The family of a man shot and killed by Spokane police back in 2024 now filing a lawsuit against the city. Why they say this tragedy could have been avoided.
We're waking up to a light coating of snow tomorrow, but by tomorrow night, we're talking widespread rain and warmer temperatures across the region.
And we're learning a well-known meteorologist in Idaho died in a plane crash today. What we know so far and how the community is reacting tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News. I'm Sydney Schofield. Tonight, the city of Spokane and its police department are on notice. A lawsuit filed against them argues Spokane police officers shot and killed a mentally ill man without taking the right precautions to get him the services he needed. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy spoke with the attorney representing Joshua Musselman's family and tells us more tonight.
In December 2024, Spokane police responded to the Northcliffe Terrace apartments for a shooting reported by a neighbor in the area. Initial information showed an upstairs resident, later identified as Joshua Musselman, was shooting rounds out of his apartment. Police Chief Kevin Hall says 4 officers fired their weapons, killing Musselman. The Musselman's family attorney Rhonda Thorpe argues that response was unjust. She says his weapon was later identified as a pellet gun and says he was not armed when police arrived.
I don't know if the neighbor actually knew it was a pellet gun at that time, but they had phoned in a disturbance and that somebody was walking around with a pellet-type gun.
Now, more than a year after his death, Musselman's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Spokane and Spokane Police Department. Thorpe says Musselman was a mentally ill man who needed additional resources from Spokane Police.
There's a behavioral mental health unit that should have been called in to assist them and to talk to him. And instead they came up and shot him.
Thorpe says in the time since the shooting took place, Spokane Police have been unresponsive to her request to see the investigation findings, a frustration, she says, for her and Musselman's family.
They've refused to give us the body-worn cameras. They've refused to provide much of the evidence in this case. And it's been over a year now, and they're still refusing to provide the information.
She hopes the lawsuit will help the family process the loss and hold police accountable.
To be given the opportunity to have their case heard by a jury and to have that moment of justice in the courtroom.
We reached out to the city of Spokane for comment. They say they have not seen it yet and cannot comment until it's been reviewed. Thorpe estimates a trial date for the case to start in about a year. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Connor, thank you. We are in a weather impact alert as we are expecting some snow to move in. We might see some issues with our morning commute tomorrow. We do want to send things out to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, in our outdoor weather center. Jeremy, what do we need to know ahead of tomorrow?
Sydney, this is one that has changed pretty dramatically here in the past 24 hours. As it moves in, we're likely going to see a slick morning commute for a good chunk of the region and even a little bit of freezing rain for other parts of it. 32 is where we currently sit. That is right at freezing, and that plays a huge role in what we'll see overnight. You are a little bit warmer down across the Palouse and in the Lewis and Clark Valley. Where you see those temperatures above freezing, that's where you have that best chance of getting freezing rain, because the ground is still quite frozen. When it comes to the impacts of that, it's basically going to be the morning commute. All of the snow and freezing rain potentially on 395 south of Ritzville will fall before the morning commute. By the time you head out the door, most of it's done other than maybe over in Coeur d'Alene. That is going to put a slick coat on the roads. It's less than a half an inch in most places, but that is still going to be enough to cause some concerns for the morning commute. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back up near 40 degrees and staying there as our next round of moisture arrives as rain on Thursday and Friday. So once again, weather impact alert, but it is just for tomorrow morning.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. Tonight, we learned a beloved Idaho meteorologist died in a plane crash in Gem County today. CBS 2 News reports that their beloved chief meteorologist, Roland Stedham, and one other person died when a small plane crashed into the Payette River. It happened this morning west of Montour. Officials say preliminary reports show the plane hit a power line before hitting the frozen river. CBS 2 says that he leaves behind his wife, Erin, and his 6 kids and grandchildren. They say he had a small aircraft in Emmett and was widely respected as an accomplished pilot who shared his love of flying with the community. The Idaho Aviation Association released a statement today as well. It reads in part, quote, "We lost a frequent face that was always present in our local community of aviation. Of all the discussions ahead as to how and why, the most important message is simple. We lost a good one. Godspeed to the pilot and passenger, and bless their families. You can read that full statement on our website right now, KREM.com. It is time for your Night Beat with a quick look at today's top stories. A 21-year-old man has 2 broken wrists and possibly other injuries after falling from a 3rd-story window of a fraternity in Pullman. On Saturday, police responded to the home on Linden Street for a report of a fall. Police say the man had been drinking and attempted to urinate out the window. The fall was about 30 feet, according to police. He was taken to Pullman Regional Hospital. There's no update tonight on his condition. A Spokane woman is now facing federal charges for threatening to kill a Minnesota FBI agent and his family. Brenna Marie Doyle is accused of threatening to murder an FBI agent with the intent to impede, intimidate, and interfere with official duties. She's also charged with threatening the agent's wife and daughter. The FBI in Minneapolis tweeted confirming that FBI agents in Spokane arrested Doyle after she left the threatening voicemails because of the agent's employment in Minnesota. Federal prosecutors say they want to keep Doyle in jail, claiming she's a risk for violence and obstruction of justice. Her detention hearing is set for tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Face impeachment.
You can see here a man attacked Minneapolis Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall meeting tonight in Minneapolis. You can see the man spraying an unknown substance at her. It's unclear what that substance was and whether it actually hit her. It happened just seconds after the Democratic Congresswoman called for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to resign and urged the abolishment of ICE. The man was taken into police custody. Skylar Mead, the man who murdered 2 people in North Idaho while on the run from authorities, was sentenced today to 2 consecutive life sentences in court. Back in 2024, Mead escaped state custody out of a Boise hospital. Corrections officers guarding him were shot by an accomplice. Mead led authorities on a 36-hour pursuit, triggering a statewide manhunt. He was arrested in Nez Perce County, where he was originally facing the death penalty. However, last month, he took a plea deal with the state, accepting 2 consecutive life sentences instead. That's it for your Night Beat. For more on any of these stories, just head to our website, KREM.com. Stay with us tonight. Still ahead, the president's latest response to the immigration crackdown in Minnesota. We'll show you what's changing. Then we'll tell you about a bill making its way through the Washington state legislature that would restrict where ICE can operate. Stay with us. Lots more ahead.